On a related subject, many Democrats have said that they are not going to support crypto bills in Congress only because of you and your family's personal crypto ventures. And these votes are in some cases needed to pass. Are you open to the idea of pulling away from your personal crypto ventures just for the next few years if that helps get these crypto bills passed
Yeah.
in the next few months?
Well, it's a very funny thing, crypto. So I became a fan of crypto, and to me, it's an industry. I view it as an industry, and I'm president. And if we didn't have it, China would, or somebody else would, but most likely China. China would love to. And we've dominated that industry. It's a big industry, by the way. In fact, when the stock market went down recently, crypto and Bitcoin and all of that went down much less than anybody else as a group. And we've created a very powerful industry, and that's much more important than anything that we invest in. We invest in it, but really that was an industry that wasn't doing particularly well. I got involved with it a couple of years ago, and before the second term, I got involved before I decided to run. I only decided to run because I saw what was happening, and Biden was incompetent, and the administration was crooked and incompetent, and I was in Bitcoin then, not knowing if I was going to do it a third time. So it's become amazing. I mean, it's the jobs that it produces, and I notice more and more you pay in Bitcoin. I mean, people are saying it takes a lot of pressure off the dollar, and it's a great thing for our country. So I don't care about investing. You know, I have I have kids, and they invest in different things. They do believe in it, but I'm president, and what I did do there is build an industry that's very important. And you know, if we didn't have it, China would. Okay.
Sir, Mr. President,
Go ahead. With the glasses, gentlemen. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, are you going to cut funds in the sanctuary states, like, for instance, California, that keep supporting illegal immigration?
that's the President of the United States. Where are we at?
Playing for 26 minutes 2 seconds, 33 minutes 58
That's the President of the United States.
Review.
His last question about crypto. Was it Fortune magazine just came out with a story where his youngest son, Barron, I believe has made $40 million off of the president's crypto brand in the last 6 months. $40 billion. I don't care. Let him make it. But you see, he danced around that question. CNBC on the market.
Guys, please. Reiterated by Compass Point. There it is. I mean, it's blown past 64, so you just chased it up to 96. Yeah, that's a name that you've owned. Yeah, both Brent and I have Robinhood. This is a stock that I just can't stop falling in love with. Everything that they're doing is amazing. The amount of users is going up daily. The AUM is incredible. And when we think about this stock longer term, not as a meme trade or someone playing on their phones looking at crypto, this is an infrastructure for the wealth generation of the next multiple decades. Brent, it's a Roblox kind of market. 7 straight winning weeks. Up 11 out of 12 weeks, up 58% in the last couple of months, and you sold it.
Yeah, you know, we've been talking about this name. I've owned it for about 2.5 years, maybe a little bit longer. And I think that this is an important conversation. It's easy to buy a stock. You're going to have your reasons, but when do you sell? And so what I like to do is re-underwrite my names pretty frequently, but especially after a big move like this. I love the team at Roblox, et cetera, et cetera. But I really feel like the stock growth and the financial growth have gotten dislocated. And so as the stock is up to your point year to date 50% over the last 1 year, about 180%, the revenues are only growing about 25%. There's no E in the name. And so this is where one of those names that I just think that I've had a great run. I don't fall in love with stocks. And in fact, I know the data that over very long periods of time, over 50% of stocks don't even outperform a 90-day T-bill. So I thought it was time to move on. I think the stock is ahead of itself. And so we move on and find other names that I feel are undervalued.
Steph, it's a quanta services market, up 54% from the April low. It's a GE Vernova, as we said, market, up 76% from the low. It's an Eaton market of 41% from the low.
I have a basket, as you know, but they all
You know what? A lot of people have baskets now in these kinds of stocks because so many stocks have parabolic moves like the ones that I've documented.
because it's all about, it is AI, it's an AI play, AI, data center, grid, and then power. And we have 1.7 trillion mega projects out there, and only 16% have been completed. And I am a firm believer that we are going to see 4 trillion plus in spend on electrification between now and 2050. That's a long ways to go, but it's such a momentum and a tailwind for these companies. And they have record orders, record backlogs, margins are going higher. And I just think this is a different way of playing that NVIDIA theme. And you know I own Broadcom, but this is a different way of playing the AI space.
It's probably the financials market. That sector hitting a record high today, on track for the second positive month in a row. Month to date, just month to date, right? We're 3 weeks in. Goldman's up 14.5%. Citi's up 12. You have that. You have JP Morgan, which has been at a record high. That's up 9.5%. B of A and Wells on that list too, 7.5% and 7% respectively.
Yeah, we own all of them for very different reasons, but again, I think it's going to be bang on and very surprising second quarter earnings period, Scott, but also as mentioned earlier about climbing the wall of worry. Man, from the institutional perspective, my institutional accounts around the world have been underweight financials in the U.S. They have not participated. So going back to your original theme that we talked about at the top of the show in terms of fear of missing out, I think there's going to be increasingly fear of missing out trading financials, especially when they react to the earnings that I think are going to be absolutely stellar.
Yeah, and they're coming really soon too. You've seen it in some of the private equity names as well, which have really picked up lately on this optimism about the market, whether it's IPOs, M&A, and maybe, just maybe, the piece of animal spirits coming in the second half of the year too. Up next, pops and drops.